Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show with your hosts LeeSilber and Ellen Goodwin. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away. And here's your hosts, Lee and Ellen.
Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. I'm your host, Ellen Goodwin, along with my co-host. Lee's a little weird. A lot of distractions around here. My co-host is...
Did it work?
It did.
Did I distract you?
You totally distracted
me. Are you off
me.
your game?
I'm a little off my game right now.
Get it back.
Okay, I'm going to. Okay, my co-host is LeeSilber. I think you knew that. So today I want to talk about, we're both going to talk about non-app ways to deal with distractions. Now, Lee was just distracting me as I was trying to talk, and I didn't do very well. I think I did very well. I didn't hit him because, that would have been my, what the hell?
What was that? The thing that touched me in my nose.
No, don't. But right now at my house, next door, they are taking the foundation out and putting in a new foundation. So there's jackhammers going all day long, and there's, they're pounding, they're building forms to pour concrete, and it is so distracting. So it got me thinking about what are ways that we can overcome distractions without having to use apps, because we're super used to I've got an app on my computer to block my distraction.
Or sell our house and move.
Or sell our house and move. Yes. So, any thoughts?
Well, let's take different types of distractions. I'm going to start with the least obvious one of all.
What would that be?
The distractions that are ongoing in your head. There's external, and then there's internal.
Oh my God! And the internal ones, we can't shut them off.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I know I've talked about this before, called the Einstein moments, where the theory of relativity is where you put your hand on a hot stove. 1 minute feels like an hour, but when you're doing something you enjoy, 1 hour feels like a minute. Where time goes by, you're just in the zone.
Yeah.
So take note of when that happens, what the circumstances are, what the surroundings are, what you're doing, how you're thinking, what time of day, and figure out what is the most important thing and put it in that time. So that's your undistracted, uninterrupted, unperturbed time.
Unperturbed?
I needed 3. Steve Jobs always says use 3. So I force myself. And I believe in alliteration, so they all have to sound the same.
I liked it. No, and I think that's a great way to do that. It's sort of the whole idea of knowing when your peak energy time is. And that's what I like the Einstein moment much better, because it is. When you know that this is your really good time, that's when you're more likely to be able to focus in. Because if you're at that point in the day where you've used up all your willpower, and then you have to focus, it ain't happening.
Well, I would love to mind control you, but there's no app for that.
Yeah, yet.
So okay, so that's
word.
that's the least obvious one. Is we are sometimes our own worst enemies about distracting ourselves. Pay attention to when you are focused and what leads to that. Let's flip it around and say the most obvious one is sound.
Oh yeah.
Sound or sight, but I'll go with sound. So tell us what non-app approach you take.
Oh well, right now with all the sound and stuff going on, I seriously got a set of headphones.
The Bose?
No.
Oh, you cheapie.
I totally cheaped out because I got construction headphones. Because
Did you get the hat? Was it a package deal?
No,
with the orange
didn't
vest?
get the hat. You know what? I wish I had. But you earplugs and then the thing.
Yeah.
And they work. And you can't wear them for hours at a time, which forces me to be efficient. So if I know that they're tight, and after about a half an hour, I want to take them off. That makes me super efficient with my time. I'm not going to lollygag or, sit and get distracted on the computer. I know that for 30 minutes, if I want to focus, I've got those bad boys on and I can't hear them next door. And then after 30 minutes, boom, I take them off, take a break, put them back on. So yeah, that's a sound one.
Yeah, sound canceling headphones are, they're heaven, especially if you're on a plane. We've done an episode about the gift of gab.
Right.
You put those on and people know, I don't want to be spoken to. Don't even dare approach me. But I would say, for me, I just finished another book number 24. Yay. And I would put on music, that calming, soothing music. And you know what? I wouldn't even notice it had I don't even remember I remember starting the playlist, but I don't
Uh-huh.
remember. It just got me somehow in the zone.
That's awesome.
Even though I have kids running around the house, I've got dogs barking across the way. I mean, all kinds didn't bother me at all. So you're right. It could either be silence or some other sort of sound to
Mhm.
cancel out what's going on outside.
Yeah, some of the best music is binaural beats, which does a thing with your brain. And I'm not a scientist, so I get no, it's not even like that.
Oh, sorry.
You just look it up on YouTube. Binaural, and there's like binaural beats for focus and binaural beats for creativity, and there'll be these long playlists, and you can just listen to them. You have to have headphones on because it does something with your right ear, left ear, and manages megahertz or something. So again, not a
It is
scientist.
mind control.
It's
It's
mind
almost like an
control.
app. You almost
Oh,
went over there. All right,
it's
so
kind
we
of like
talked
a
about in your head,
okay.
in your ears. What about things you see that distract you? And what's your
Oh,
non-app
yeah.
approach for
Because
that?
our head, that we are so apt to, we're biologically programmed to react when we see something moving fast. So there's this little part in your brain called the superior colliculus. I don't know if we've ever talked about
The
that.
colliculus, I would remember that.
Yeah, well,
Colliculus.
it's superior. It's not just your average everyday colliculus. It's
Sounds
your
like a band
superior
name. Hey, you guys gonna go see Colliculus tonight? What do they play? Brain music.
brain music. Anyhow, this little thing is on your optical nerve, and it is the thing that makes you respond when you see something move. So you got to overcome that little bugger. So things that are moving, I always say, shut off your computer. It's not an app. Go somewhere where there's not stuff happening. And that means
Where is that? Can you give me directions? Can I find
Go to
that
a
in my
conference
Waze?
room.
Oh wait, I can't use an
No,
app. You're right.
no. Go to a conference room if you can. Go to
Yeah.
a room where you can go to the library and get a study room and shut the door so you can't see things. What do you think? Your blinders?
Sort of, in a
Okay.
way. Well, let me just. I mean, I have a lot of ideas. I'll just stick with
Uh-huh.
one. So I believe in having zones, work zones. So
Right.
everything that's in that zone is related to the task at hand. So it's not a distraction because it relates.
Okay.
So you have your work zones of the things you do in that zone are related. So once you're in that zone, physically, you're surrounded by things related to it. So it's not quote unquote a distraction. It's an attraction.
It's
You
an
see what I did there?
attraction. I saw what you
So
did there.
I would say there's just one of many ways to visually. The thing is, if you're a left brainer, you like closure, you like finishing things,
Right.
you like not having loose ends. And so things out are distracting. If you're a right brainer, you leave things out because you're still working on it. You're still thinking about it. You're not quite ready to put it away yet for whatever reason. And it's not necessarily a distraction. It's waiting for you to find that last missing piece. So you have to kind of work the way your brain works. So if you find things out as stimulating, fine. Everything away is more relaxing, fine. Find your way and use it.
Okay. Well, those are some ways that you can get rid of your distractions without having to rely on apps on your phone or your computer. Lee is distracting me now, so I think my non-app way is I'm going to put a towel over his head. So,
Won't be the first time.
thanks for listening. Be back with us again next week for the Faster, Easier, Better show.